Now this is the class 12th lesson. Name of the lesson is 3-dimensional geometry and exercise number 11.2. The first question we have in this exercise, show that the lines with direction cosines, these are given to us, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. That means these are the direction cosines for the three lines, and we have to show all the three lines are perpendicular to each other. Okay. Now we know the formula for the direction cosine is a over under root a square plus b square plus c square. Similarly, for another line we have direction cosine b over a square plus b square plus c square. Similarly, for the third one we have direction cosine a square plus b square plus c square. So when we compare our formula with the given direction cosines, we can easily saw that from here this value of, let it be a1, it is b1, it is c1, let it be a2, b2 and c2. We are just observing for the two lines, these first two lines, whether they are perpendicular to or not. From here we have the value of a1 is 12, value of a2 is minus 3 and b1, and value of c1 is minus 4. Okay. Similarly, from here for the second line, value of a2 is, here we have 4, value of b2 is 12 and value of c2 is 3. Now when the two lines are perpendicular to each other, then the product of their direction cosines and sum of them in this way, it must be equal to 0. When the product of their direction cosines and we make the sum of that and it is equal to 0, then the two lines are perpendicular to each other. So when we multiply, we get 12 into 4, then b1 into b2, that is minus 3 into 12. Similarly, minus 4 into 3. C1 and C2. That is 12 4s are 48. That is 36. That is 12. When we add, we get 48 minus 48, which is equal to 0. And we get ultimately 0. That means these two lines are perpendicular to each other. Now in this question, now you find out by your own. Take these two lines and find whether these are perpendicular to each other. After that, take these two lines and observe whether they are perpendicular to each other. That means using your formula. a1, a2 plus b1, b2 plus c1, c2 is equals to 0. Now I am shifting to the next question of the exercise. Now next question, show that the line through the points 1 minus 1 2 and 3 4 minus 2 is perpendicular to the line through the points 0 3 2 and 3 5 6. Now here, if we just observe the question that there are 2 points. Let this point be A, this point be B, this point is C and this point be D. For example, these 2 points are there, A and B, and there is a line going from these 2 points. Okay. Now it is also given there are 2 more points C and D, but these 2 points make a line which is perpendicular to this line. That means, for example, here are the 2 points C and D, and one line also goes from here, and we have to prove that these 2 lines are perpendicular to each other. That means they are making an angle of 90 degrees with each other. Now how will we prove these things? So that if we find out the angle between the 2 lines, and if the angle between 2 lines is 90 degree, then these 2 lines are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now what is the formula from where we can find out the angle between these 2 lines? So, or we can also find in this way using the formula cos theta is equal to a1 a2, b1 b2 and c1 c2. If it is equal to 0, then these 2 lines are perpendicular to each other. Now how will we find out a1 a2, b1 b2 and c1 c2? Actually a1 a2, b1 b2, these are the direction cosines. Okay. Now how will we find the direction cosines? How will we find the direction ratio? We have to find the direction ratio. So if there are 2 points, 1 comma minus 1 comma 2, another point 3, 4, minus 2. Let this point be A and this point be B. So, if we can find a direction ratio using these 2 points in this way, value of A becomes 3 minus 1. Okay? Let it be A1. Value of B1 is equal to 4 minus 1 plus 1. Clear? Now value of C1 is equal to minus 2 minus 2. Now value of A1 is equals to 2. Value of B1 is equal to 5. Value of C1 is equal to minus 4. Okay? Now we find these are the direction ratios for the first two points. Now I am going to find the direction ratio for the next 2 points C and D. Clear? Now the points for C are 0, 3, 2 and for D are the points 3, 5, 6. Now similarly, as we solved earlier, we find the difference between them, that is A2 is equals to 3 minus 0, B2 is equals to 5 minus 3 and C2 is equal to 6 minus 2. So from here we get A2 is equal to 3, B2 is equal to 2 and C2 is equal to 4. Okay. Now we substituting the different values of A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2 in our this formula. Clear? Now I am going to put these values over here. So value of A1 is 2, A2 is 3, value of B1 is 5, value of B2 is 2, value of C1 is minus 4 and value of C2 is 4. Now we get 2 3s are 6, 5 2s are 10 and 4 4s are 16. Ultimately we get the 0. Now these two lines are perpendicular to each other. Now question number 3 of the exercise. Show that the line through the points are parallel to the line through the two different points. Now this is the same type of pattern, but here when the two lines make two different lines, we have to show these 2 points are parallel to each other. Okay. Now in the same way, step 1, we find the direction ratio. Okay, for 2 different points. So for the first one we have the point 4, 7, 8 and 2, 3, 4. And for the second one we have the points minus 1, minus 2 and 1 and 1, 2 and 5. So value of A1 is equal to 2 minus 4. Value of B1 is equal to 3 minus 7. And value of C1 is equal to 4 minus 8. So value of A1 is equal to minus 2, B1 is equal to minus 4 and C1 is equal to minus 4. Clear? Now in the same way, here we find A2 is equal to 1 plus 1 which is equals to 2. B2 is equal to 2 plus 2 which is equals to 4 and C2 is equal to 5 minus 1 which is equals to 4. Now when the two lines are parallel, then what is the relationship between direction ratios of the two lines? The relationship between them is A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2, C1 upon C2 as a constant value. That means that when we take the ratios of the direction ratios, they are constant. Now we find the ratio. We have minus 2 over 2, here minus 4 over 4 and here minus 4 over 4. That means we have a same common ratio of minus 1. So when we cut minus 1 and minus 1. So these two lines are parallel to each other. Question number 4. Find the equation of the line which passes through the point 1, 2, 3 and parallel to the vector 3i plus 2j minus 2k. Now according to question, we have to find a line which passes through a point. For example, this is a point and it is parallel to this vector. This is a vector line. Okay. Now, directly for these types of questions, remember a formula. Equation for the line is AI plus lambda B. Okay. Where, what is A? A plus lambda B. What is A? A represents the point from where the line passes. And what is B? B is a parallel vector. Firstly, remember these 2 points. Otherwise, you will not able to solve other type of patterns of questions in future. So, equation of line ultimately becomes, this is the point A. Point A is 1, 2, 3. Now, this represents the x-axis, this represents the y-axis, and this represents the z-axis. So, for the x-axis we write I, for the y-axis we write j, and for the z-axis we write k. So, these points become I plus 2j plus 3k. This is the value of A. Clear? Now, we'll put the sign of lambda, which is a constant, and this is parallel to this vector. So, we simply write 3i plus 2j minus 2k. So, this is your answer. Now, we have question number 5 in our exercise 11.2. Find the equation of line in the vector and in Cartesian form. That means now we learn how to find the equation of lines in Cartesian form also. That means remember one thing, in 3D geometry we find equation of line in 2 forms, vector form and Cartesian form. And now we learn this thing from this question, that passes through the point with the position vector 2i minus j plus 4k and is in the direction of I plus 2j minus k. What does it mean? Concentrate on over here. Passes through point and this. So this is the point. Okay. This is the point. And value of point given as 2i minus j plus 4k. Either it is given in this form. Either it is given in this form. 2 minus 1 plus 4. These are both are same. Never confused with these things. But here it is given in the vector form. And is in the direction of this. So, what is this? This is the vector from which it is in the direction. That means, for example, this is the point from where the line passes, and in the direction, there is already one vector which is in the same direction. That means this equation, this line is parallel to this vector. Okay. So, here the value of A becomes, for our equation, 2i minus j plus 4k. And value of B becomes I plus 2j minus k. Parallel vector. Okay. Now, as I told you in the earlier question, from that vector equation of line is R is equal to A plus lambda B. Similarly, again we can write in the same way 2i minus j plus 4k plus lambda and I plus 2j minus k. Now, how will you write the Cartesian equation? Now, for the Cartesian equation, the general format is x minus a over L, y minus b, you can write in this way, x1, and here you write a. Here y1, you write b. Z minus z1, you write c. That means x1, y1, z1, these represent the point in this point. And this is a, b, c. These are the direction ratios of this vector. Okay. Now, from here, listen one thing. From here we find out the values 2, minus 1 and plus 4. So when we substitute over here, value of x1 is 2. So we write x minus 2. Similarly, y, here it is minus 1. So it becomes plus 1. Similarly, z minus 4. Now what we write in place of ABC, we write from here the coefficient of this line, which is parallel to this equation of line. That is 1 over here, 2 over here, minus 1 over here. So 1, 2 and minus 1. So this is the Cartesian equation of the line. Now next question, find the Cartesian equation of a line which passes through this point, and the point is minus 3, 4, comma minus 5, and the parallel to the line x plus 3 upon 3 is equal to y minus 4 upon 5 z plus 8 upon 6. Now in this question we have to find the Cartesian equation. Okay. Now as I told you earlier, Cartesian equation of a line, what does that format? Listen over here. Its format is x minus x1 upon a, y minus y1 upon b, z minus z1 upon c. Remember this formula. x1, y1, z1 is the point from where the line passes. Now the line passes from this point. So these are the values for x1, y1, z1. So we have the value minus 2, 4 and minus 5 in this equation. Now what is the value of a, b and c? So these values we calculated from this line which is given to us, because this new line is parallel to this given line. So whenever any line which is parallel to a given line in case of Cartesian form, these a, b, c are same. Okay. So from here value of a becomes 3, value of b I can put in this form. It is 5 and it is equal to 6. So ultimately it is solved. So when we have to write the Cartesian equation which is parallel to given any line, so we take these things same. Okay. So now our equation becomes x, here it is minus 2. So it becomes plus 2 over 3. Now here y minus y1, that is y minus 4 over 5, and here z minus 5. So it is plus 5 over 6. So it's very easy. Now question number 7th of the exercise, the Cartesian equation of the given line is this, write its vector form. So from this question we learn how to convert a Cartesian equation to vector form. From this question we learned that how to convert a Cartesian equation of line into its vector form. Firstly, I am going to explain you what is the Cartesian form. This is x minus x1 over a, y minus y1 over b, z minus z1 over c. And its vector form is r is equal to x1i, y1j, z1k, okay, plus lambda ai, bj plus ck. So this is the format. Okay. Now you can easily convert by comparing these things. And one thing I again want to tell you, these x1, y1, z1, these are the points from where the line passes. Okay. Now from here, that means vector equation becomes r plus lambda b. Okay. You can write in this way. So point A here becomes, it is minus 5. So it is 5i. Now comparing here, it is plus 4. That is minus 4j. And it is minus j. It is minus 6. So it is plus 6k. So listen one thing. It is minus 5. It is minus 5. When you compare, x1 is equal to 5. Positive. Here minus y1, it is plus 4. When we compare, that means y1 is equal to minus 4. Okay, don't do silly mistakes over here. Okay, now what is the value for the b? It becomes 3, 7 and 2. That is 3i plus 7j plus 2k. Now we substitute here in the vector equation and we easily get the vector equation for this line is 5i minus 4j plus 6k plus put a line sign of lambda over here, 3i plus 7j plus 2k. So this is the required answer. Now the question number 8 of the exercise. Find the vector and Cartesian equation of lines. हमें दोनों ही इक्वेशन निकालनी है, वेक्टर एंड कार्टेशियन, that passes through the origin. That means line passes through the origin and this point. Okay, that means origin is what? 0, 0, 0. That means there are 2 points, 0, 0, 0 and 5, minus 2, 3. These are the points given. Not any vector is given, not any direction cosine is given. When the 2 points are given, then how will we find the vector equation and the Cartesian equation? Now, firstly, I will take either of any of the point. So, we take this point. Firstly, we find the direction ratio. Find the direction ratio. Here it becomes 0, 0, 0 and here it becomes 5, minus 2, 3. So when we find the direction ratio, we use 5 minus 0, then minus 2 minus 0 and 3 minus 0 and we get 5, minus 2 and 3. Clear? Now equation in the form of vector. R is equal to A plus lambda B. So what is this? It becomes in the form of 5i minus 2j plus 3k. Because this is x-axis, this is y, this is z-axis. And this is what? It is other than but b. Now here I will take the point A as 0, 0, 0. So it becomes 0i, 0j plus 0k vector plus lambda and 5i minus 2j plus 3k. So our equation becomes lambda 5i minus 2j plus 3k. Now we have to find the Cartesian equation. Okay. Now according to our formula, Cartesian equation x minus x1 over a, y minus y1 over b, z minus z1 over c. A, B, C are the direction ratios. So here points x1, y1, z1. It is origin, so it becomes 0, 0 and 0. So x minus 0, what is the value of A? The value of A is 5. Similarly, y minus 0, value of B is minus 2 and z minus 0, value of C is 3. So our Cartesian equation becomes x over 5, y over minus 2 and z over 3. So this is our answer. Now question number 9 of the exercise. Find the vector and Cartesian equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. Now here the line is passes through 2 different points and now origin is not there. So we can similarly solve this question. So here point A which we take is 3, minus 2, minus 5. That means it becomes 3i minus 2j minus 5k. Clear? Now second step, we find the direction ratio. How will we find the direction ratio? By subtracting these 2 points. Okay, so we take, here it is 3, here again 3, 3 minus 3. Now minus 2 minus or minus 2. Then 6 minus or minus 5. So it becomes 0. It becomes minus 2 plus 2. It becomes 6 plus 5. So we get 0, 0 and 11. Now this is the z component. Okay. Now the vector equation. From here vector equation R is equal to A plus lambda B. Okay. So value of this is 3i minus 2j minus 5k. Now put the sign of lambda. In place of B, this is 0, this is 0, this is 11. So 11k So this is our required equation of the vector equation. Now comes to the Cartesian equation. So according to format, Cartesian equation is x minus x1 over a, y minus y1 over b, c, z minus z1 over c. So our equation becomes x minus x1. So points are 3, minus 2 and minus 5. So it becomes x minus 3. Value of a is here 0. And y it is minus 2, that is plus 2. Here it is also 0. And it is z plus 5 over 11. So ultimately, what is the equation? Z plus 5 over. Now after that, in the exercise we have two different questions. Find the angle between the two equations which are given in vector and which are given in Cartesian. We have made a separate video regarding that, which I provided the link in the description box. But now I am going to explain you next question, question number 12. Okay. Now here we again the question, find the values of the P so that this is the first line and this is the second line. They are at right angles. That means they are perpendicular to each other. That means they made an angle of 90 degree with each other. So as I told you earlier, the two lines are perpendicular to each other or they are right angle to each other. They are A1, A2, B1, B2 and C1, C2 must be equal to 0. Okay, and there's one more relationship that means their angle becomes 90 degree. That is cos theta becomes 90 degree, then the two lines are right angle to each other. Now, how will we have to solve this? We just don't use 3 into 3p and put the values over here. We also observe the whole equation before solving this, because the format for the Cartesian equation is what? It is x minus x1 over a, y minus y1 over b and z minus z1 over c. Now when we compare this with the first equation, we find here there's little bit difference in the format. So firstly we adjust the given equation in the proper format. After that we put the different values. So just see over here, the format differs from the main format of the equation. You can watch over here, I'm writing over here 6 minus z over 5. Now here you can see x minus x1, but it is given 1 minus x. So we just transform it and it becomes x minus 1. That means we take minus sign outside. So here we get minus 3. Similarly, now here 7 is given. So we divide overall with the 7. So it becomes y minus 14 by 7, that is 2. And here we get 2 over 7p. Now similarly, it is in the proper format. So we write as it is. Now similarly over here, we put over here. So it becomes x minus 1. We divide it by minus 7, that is minus 3 by 7p. Clear? Now similarly here it is in the proper format, y minus 1 over 5, and here the change the format we get minus 5. Now these two equations become in the proper format. After that, when we compare the value of a1 minus 3, value of b1 2 by 7, value of c1 that is 2, value of a2 minus 3 by 7, value of b2 that is 1, value of c2 minus 5. Now we solve for that. A1, A2, B1, B2 and C1, C2 is equals to 0. That means minus 3 into minus 3 by 7.
P with a 7.
Yeah, P is also there. So we write over P. Here we write P. So that means 2 by 7P into 1. And here 2 into minus 5. Which is equals to 0. So when we solve, what we get? So we see over here it is 9 by 7p, 2 by 7p minus 20 is equal to 0. So it becomes, it is 5. So it becomes 10. So it becomes, when we take the LCM, it becomes 9 to 11 by 7p is equals to 10. So the value of P becomes 70 by 11. So in this way we can easily find the unknown quantities which are not given in the equation of the